What's up, guys? Mr. Freddy here. Today's gonna be a brand new Lego set review, and this time it's a Lego Game Boy. So set number is 72046, has 421 pieces, and is for ages 18 and up. So this is a 18 plus set, which meant this is aimed for older audience. So let's check out the box first. Okay, so here's the front of the box, which showcases the Game Boy itself, and there's like a little label which says no light, sound, and digital play functions. So this is a lot like the real Game Boy. This is like almost like a replica of the Game Boy. So here's the top of the box, which showcase one of the screens, which is the Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. For one of the like the particular cards to make it move it, like to make it look like the game is playing. And there's the actual size of the D-pad piece. And here's this side of the box. Here's the bottom, which for some reason says Lego.com/Super Mario. So this is pretty much part of the Super Mario sets. Even for it's more like its own thing, which should have been like just Game Boy, and that's it. And here's the other side of the box, which showcases the two cartridges, which are Super Mario Land and The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, and the Game Boy itself. And here's the back of the box, which showcases the actual size of the Game Boy by the top right, which says 5.5 inches, and has it's 14 centimeters and 9 centimeters slash 3.5 inches. So almost like in the same size as the actual Game Boy. So yeah, here's another look at the Game Boy with another lenticular screen, and two screenshots with the cartridges and the three lenticular cards, and another screenshot with someone like putting the Game Boy cartridge on the Game Boy. As for the instruction manual, which is pretty big, which actually has the introduction thingy. Just hang on a sec. Like, yeah, there we go. So yeah, so this is what this is just the what to expect for the Game Boy to be like by since this is like almost like the summer thing, has like the actual Game Boy instructions when you like open it out of the box. And also there's like a nice little white text for a little joke, says that zero batteries, don't need them, since this thing doesn't need batteries. And it showcases the history of the Game Boy, and also the the inner workings of the Game Boy. But when you remove the the shell of the set, which showcases the inner workings of it, which is actually look pretty cool. So yeah, it's just gonna be just how it looks. Since I might have a difficult time trying to tear it apart to showcase the inner workings of the Game Boy, and the cartridges, which like kind of showcase like same thing as like actual Game Boy, the actual Game Boy cartridges with like for this one for Link's Awakening, that has a a battery in it, and for Mario Land it doesn't have a battery. So yeah, and also the showcase the both games and their history, and more screenshots on the progress of building the Game Boy, and the completed build of it. And yeah, and also yeah, this is actually comes with like a brick separator info. You already know like what the brick separator looks like, and the way to like, and the many steps to build it is a total of, hold on a sec, 104 pages to build, which is quite a lot for for this pretty big set that was a 18 plus set. And here's the back, which showcases the actual Game Boy. So yeah. All right, now for the set itself. All right, so for the stands that these both the cartridge, well, one of them, and the Game Boy are actually look rather neat. And this little stand actually holds the two particular cards, which this one's for Link's Awakening and the other one for Mario Land. So yeah, and as for the this one for the Game Boy has a little this Technic piece for holding it like this. So yeah, and all right, let's check out the cartridge. And this is Super Mario Land, and yeah, this is the actual sticker, just like the actual game. When for the actual Game Boy cartridge, that cartridge always have these stickers on them. And also you can remove it, and yeah, there we go. So here's what it looks like by the inner working, since it doesn't have a battery. And as for Link's Awakening, let me move this piece, and there we go. And here's what it looks like with the battery on it. And yeah, this is actually different than the Mario Land one, since this one has I think lots of lighter green, and this one's darker green, I guess. So yeah, and let me put it back together. Yeah, and also yeah, they're it's almost as faithful as the actual Game Boy cartridges, which that's pretty cool. So yeah, let me move these aside. Let's check out the Game Boy itself. And here's one of the particular cards, which kind of it's when you powered up the the system with this Nintendo logo with the ding like that. And yeah, it's just it's extremely detailed by how it looks. The buttons kind of represents these pieces, and the D-pad, yeah, this piece represents the D-pad. The start and select buttons, yeah, kind of represents the actual start and select buttons. And also the contrast, I think wheel, where you can I think for something trying to make the screen look better by trying to make it look good by the by the picture of the screen. And also the volume wheel, the volume controls, where you can mute it or just raise it up. And there's the headphones jack right there, which is for headphones. And also the on and off switch, which you can has a nice featured when with this Technic piece, where you can switch moving this piece where you can either turn it on and off. And also there's this piece, which is the external connector, which is for multiplayer stuff. And here's the back, which it's just the actual back of the Game Boy. And you can remove this piece, where you can remove this card, and it's just nothing here. And you can swap it out for something else like Mario Land. And there we go. And put this back in. And also there's a little slot here where you can put one of the cartridges for this one, Mario Land, and bam, now it's actually matches with the particular screen where Mario's jumping, which looks pretty nice when you move it. And same thing Link's Awakening one, where you can move the screen where I think it's from the cutscene for the game. It looks very nice. And yeah, and this piece for for a little brief look of the inner workings of the Game Boy, which I think that's where the sounds come from in the speaker. And let me cover it up. And yeah, and there's the the Game Boy Nintendo Game Boy logo on it, and there's like a battery piece right there, and this little this text which says dot matrix with stereo sound. So yeah, and let me display it here. So it's display the Link's Awakening cartridge, and yeah, it's actually a very impressive. I felt impressive on how it's built. Like it's actually very fun to like building it. So yeah, all right. So final thoughts on this set. So overall, this is actually a really amazing set. Like like the building process on the fan is actually very fun to do, and the final product after building it is really nice with like it's pretty interesting building techniques like the buttons, and also the starting to select buttons which represents the wheel tires, and I think these like kind of somewhat unique pieces for this set. Oh, yeah, sometimes this piece can be like a stucky, and you have to like move it and make it feel a little bit the push feeling again. And also these little gear pieces for like the volume controls and the contrast controls, which that's actually impressive. And so is this on and off feature, which is kind of a satisfying clicking feature. And also the way to like remove the cartridge and swap it with another one is actually pretty cool. And yeah, also it's actually not that difficult to like move the cartridge, which is just like the actual Game Boy. So yeah, and yeah, it's just really nice. But there's like no stickers. Like that's rather surprising, since expecting stickers. But besides the cartridges for Super Mario Land and Link's Awakening, but the rest of it, no stickers. Actually, that's a nice plus for this set, since the stickers kind of is accurate to how they look for in the actual Game Boy cartridges of these games. So yeah, and also the the history before like building it is really nice, and like telling you like how revolutionary the handheld console is, alongside the two popular games. Intro, there's like no mention of Tetris, Warland, Super Mario Land 3, Kirby's Dream Land, Metroid 2, and other popular Game Boy games. Obviously, so is like obviously Pokemon Red and Blue, and Yellow and Green. Even if it's only came out in Japan. So yeah, and the printed pieces actually is really nice. Like like just nicely accurate to how it looks on the actual Game Boy. So yeah, and as for the ranking on this set, this will be a surprising one. I'll just give it a 10 out of 10, since this is actually a really amazing set, 18 plus set to be exact. But it can be fun, like to make it look like you're playing the Game Boy when you feel bored. So yeah, especially just like it's just have like creativity, like pretending you're playing the Game Boy. So yeah, and also the way to like display them with these little stands, looks can look nice through. So yeah, all right. So I just hope you guys enjoy my review on the Lego Game Boy. So like and comment this video and subscribe for content. So this is Mr. Freddy here, and I hope you have a very good day. So bye.